Well, good afternoon, folks. How are you again? Today's video, I'm just going to do a short recap on, my channel itself. I know the last 5 or 6 videos have been based on the project that we're going to be going down on, but let's not sort of, forget about what we really are here and what is Garage Alchemy and what we're trying to achieve. I thought I'd just take a quick break from the regular output of, I think we're up to doing the embeddings next. But before we start down that track, I keep on thinking about the series and how much information and, how much exploration I do and how to compress that into a video and how to encapsulate the bits and pieces. And let's not wander too much into technical stuff and try to focus on connecting with the audience a little bit as well. I think that's part of the game, and that's something that I tend to get lost in some respects. I start going down engineering land, and that's it. I don't really take too many people down engineering land. I've been taking myself down this AI land, and I have to sort of wonder sometimes what happened to my crew. Like my gaming crew. They're still gaming, and I don't think I've played. I played one game for 10 minutes last week. It's just gaming was my entertainment. Now AI has become my entertainment. And of course, I'm always keen to explore that with other people as well. From time to time, people come in and tell me what they've been doing, but I'm here sort of actually sharing my screen most of the time, showing them what I'm doing. I don't know whether they get a kick out of it, but they don't run away. They just seem to get either mesmerized. Anyway, that's part of my problem. I thought I'd just take a little trip down the actual channel process here because, again, what are we doing? We're building a new channel. And, am I an expert at that as well? No, I'm an expert at absolutely nothing. And then they used to call it a jack of all trades. Got there just by being able to sort of bluff my way or talk my way through most of life challenges. And I managed to get to retire 10 years or 12 years before the rest of the workforce. I don't know if that's a magical degree or anything else like that. I'm a high school dropout, if you really want to get the technical view on it. Yeah, so anyway, enough of my little chatting. Let's move right along. Anyway, as I said, this what I was trying to do was I was trying to put together the video for when we've just done the chunking and retrieval. So I put it through the normal process. What is my normal process? Well, my normal process goes down. Where is it? If I can find the right place here. Yeah, so this is where I started the process, which is normally I just throw the transcript of the video into the engine, go through, have a bit of a discussion about what's the good points, bad points. Again, it helps me steer the narrative for the next video. It's always good to have sort of a second opinion. Like, again, I don't mind the second opinions down below as well. If you want to get involved and sort of, help me sort of, correct the mistakes that I make, I don't mind a bit of challenging work. I do have a word filter, so, keep it cordial, but I'm always learning. So that's the thing. The only way you learn is you've got to ask questions. I'm asking questions about what do you think about the video series so far. So let me know. There's some interesting stuff I'm going to go through in this little video here in the summary process, which again reveals some interesting results. So again, it's up to you guys. I just enjoy the whole process of making a video and engaging with a few comments and building a group. It just seems, I don't know, other people have other grand ideas. I just seem to have an idea of the fact that, when you're living in Thailand, retired, not much to do during the day because it's hot. You like to sit in the air conditioning. You can't go and check out all the malls every day. And who wants to sit in front of a bar all day and look at girls go by? Well, some people would, but again, I got better things to do. I'd rather play AI. Okay. Anyway, so getting back to the story, so we put it through the normal process. We got some title ideas. We went through the description, chapters, tags, all that sort of stuff, and then I queried the whole, the title thing. We got a better angle on the title. The title there for the chunk and retrieval versus chunking was a better name because it's probably more clickable. I think it's a term that's quite often searched for in YouTube. This is how you do it. I don't know. I'm no expert at all YouTube stuff anyway. So from there, and of course, I thought it was probably time to look at the whole thing together. Basically, I got up to the, let's do the thumbnail, and it kept on throwing the spanner. It just would not take the images in, no matter what I did. So, well, in those situations, I'm always trying to tell you the sort of little things that I get trapped with. So I'm sharing, the things that I come across. These things do have problems all the time, and I don't hear anybody really making an exploratory series telling them about the problems that you encounter. In this case here, it wouldn't take it wouldn't take an image. My normal process is give it my standing thumbnail, my standing background image, and we'll go through this whole, knowledge vault thing. And it just wouldn't take the images. Okay, what do you do? Well, start a new chat. Well, actually, what I did, I closed the browser session completely, started a whole new chat, and then of course we came back into this section here. So what I did there is I gave it the background, the thumbnail, or the pose idea. I have a section of these things here, and of course we just said, well, here's the markdown file from the last one that failed to give an image. Can we pivot and just make the image now? And it went straight ahead and built it, from, the ingest and what we did. And I was quite happy with that. When it fails, try again, I think. I hear this a lot with my friends, they're trying to get the AI to do certain things. And I'm sort of saying, when I get failures, the best thing to do is just shut your browser down, clear everything out, right? Start again in a new chat. And if you know how to take a markdown of where you were, probably doesn't bring the errors in with it. It brings just the key points so you can keep the conversation going. Anyway, it's little tips from me. Again, I think that's what we're trying to do here, is share the tips of how your workflows work. And this is just how I work. I'm a garage alchemist. I've had no training. We had a look at it. We broke the thumbnail down, and then we started to talk about the thumbnail process. And again, what am I trying to do? Well, I'm trying to sort of encapsulate, the side quest here with the main quest of getting this whole librarian going. And I suggested the whole idea, the fact that, well, I do have this library of poses and images that we've been collecting over the series already. I just pull them out and then I keep them for later reference, so I don't have to keep on doing the poses. I think a lot of us do the same thing, and the AI has the ability to actually sort of take a pose that's close to it and do some manipulation. Like the one for Day, I gave it the one with the blue cap and the coffee cup, and I said, let's use a white cap, and it was quite happy to change the cap to a white cap. But again, that's just part of the process of working with the AI as you go along. Anyhow, of course, we started to talk about the whole process. So, look, I might as well get her to speak, because I'm terrible at speaking without pauses and jump cuts and everything else. I think people like to hear her narration too. So
I actually think you've accidentally built yourself a pretty valuable asset here. Most creators end up scrambling for a new pose every thumbnail. You've got a reusable visual vocabulary. Looking through them, I'd start treating them as roles rather than individual photos. The engineer, hand on chin, looking off to the side. Perfect for architecture, design, AI concepts, planning. The builder, coffee mug, relaxed smile. Great for progress updates like this one. The explainer, pointing toward the title. Ideal for tutorials or how it works. The investigator, magnifying glass. Fantastic for debugging, testing, comparisons, and reviews. The discovery, holding the phone or looking at a device. Good for new tools or announcements. The breakthrough, open hands, when something finally works. The quiet win, subtle thumbs up. Reserve this for genuine milestones, like this MCP retrieval video. The rare surprise, hands on head. Keep this one scarce so it has impact when something genuinely unexpected happens. That's actually enough to create a consistent language across the series. A regular viewer will subconsciously associate the pose with the type of episode before they've even read the title.
Anyway, she goes on to, again, I like to personalize it, and it's an AI, but, with the voice that I use on it, and that voice, transfers across itself to everything, because it's a plug-in app that runs on my system. She gives me, some other ideas for some poses which we should be collecting at the time. More to the point, she just wanders off into some sort of explanation there. My question here is, the personalization, how do you feel about that? Does your AI really feel very personal? This is one of the things I'm trying to get around, is I want to have this thing portable with me everywhere I go. And the latest changes with ChatGPT, with Codex and Codex Work or ChatGPT Work, I really want this thing on my desktop running all the time. That's why I want to integrate the library. But more to the point, I'm also worried about, where we're going with the channel, as it's a new channel. How am I how am I working? So today what I did is I gave it the last 28 days of the channel analytics and proposed a question to it. And so in closing, let's go through this and sort of see where the channel stands as well.
I think you're actually in a better position than you perhaps realize. I had a quick look at the 28-day numbers. Over that period, you're sitting at 1,190 views, 59.4 hours of watch time, 17 new subscribers, 35,566 impressions, and a 1.94% click-through rate. Average view duration is 256 with about 21% average viewed. For a brand new channel that's no longer leaning on your Thailand audience, those aren't failure numbers. The algorithm is still figuring out who wants this. The impressions tell me YouTube is already testing your content with people. The bottleneck isn't reach. It's converting those impressions into clicks and then into returning viewers. The interesting number for me isn't even the CTR. It's 8 regular viewers. That sounds tiny, but those 8 people are the beginnings of a community. Every successful niche channel starts there. 8 becomes 20. 20 becomes 50, and eventually you realize the same names have been around for 6 months. Those people become your commenters, your Discord members, your Patreon supporters, and your ambassadors. Listening to you, I also think you've identified something important about your audience. Your mates are gamers. AI, to them, is a tool they occasionally use. To you, AI has become the hobby itself. That's a different audience. The people you're trying to attract aren't necessarily the people you've been playing games with for years. They're retired engineers, programmers, tinkerers, home lab people, sysadmins, curious makers, and anyone who gets genuine satisfaction from watching a workshop slowly fill with working machinery. Those people exist in surprisingly large numbers. One thing you've said a few times has stuck with me. This is the latest game. I think that's actually your positioning. Most AI channels talk about prompts, models, or news. You talk about building systems. Every episode is another quest, another unlock, another boss fight against token limits, APIs, embeddings, or retrieval. That's why Garage Alchemy feels different. You don't need to convince gamers to stop playing games. You need to find the people who have already discovered that building with AI scratches the same itch that building a base in Valheim, automating a factory in Factorio, or wiring a redstone computer in Minecraft used to scratch. They're already out there. They just haven't found your workshop yet. And I think you've also made the right decision not to keep feeding viewers from the Thailand channel. It would inflate the numbers without necessarily building the audience you actually want. I'd much rather see a channel with 2,000 genuinely interested subscribers than 20,000 people who clicked because they were expecting Thai food and temples. One thing I would encourage over the next 6 months is to keep telling the story rather than chasing every AI headline. Every week there'll be another GPT-6 changes everything video from hundreds of creators. There are very few channels where viewers can watch someone gradually build a personal AI from first principles over months or years. That's your series, not AI news, not AI tutorials. It's come back next week and see what we've bolted onto the machine. That kind of continuity gives people a reason to subscribe. I have a feeling the MCP retrieval video is one of those quiet milestone episodes that won't necessarily explode immediately. But 6 months from now, new subscribers will go back and watch because it's part of the origin story. Those evergreen episodes tend to age remarkably well, especially in technical niches.
Yeah, so, I'm going to leave it there on this episode. A little break from the actual building side just to talk about it. What I'm trying to do is, again, get engagement in the community. That's, I think, the way to build these communities. You've got to get people talking down below. So, maybe every few videos we do, we're just going to take a time out and just have a chat. Where are we? Where we're going? Like, I was out to lunch the other day and I took a whole bunch of photos and I still haven't even done any photo work for this week. I'm enjoying the photo work of AI. Is that even an episode to share with people? I don't know. I'm still trying to build the workshop. And I'm sure there are people out there who want to explore AI the same way as I'm doing. So if that's you, there's a subscribe, like, share button, all that sort of stuff down below. That's what you're going to do. I've got to rely on the algorithm to feed it to you. I've got to then rely on you guys to tell the algorithm that you like it. So that's your job, not mine. I can only do the video. Okay, I'm out of here. Peace out. Say hi, guys. I better say hi to my Patreons and members. Yeah, we have that too. Yeah, until we get into the actual, algorithm sort of side where YouTube make money from our videos, there we're going to rely on the Patreon crew. Anyway, I'm out of here for another, 17 minutes there. That's probably 15 minutes on the cut up, but we'll try to get back to the 10 minutes soon enough. Anyway, I'm out of here.